Hey, welcome back to the shop. Today I'm going to throw out a video on one of my absolute favorite chainsaws, and that's the McCulloch 650. It's based off the 610 chassis. A lot of people call it the McBrick, and they don't like the look of it. They think it looks square, but I love this saw. Anyway, long story short, I picked it up a while ago. The chain that was on it was barely there. I got a new chain for it, threw it on the saw today, thought I'll get it in the wood, and I couldn't get it started. So I'm going to run you through the saw just real quick, brief overview. Let you see what the 650 looks like, tell you what my issues were, and then at the end I'm going to get it in the wood for you. So stick around, let's get to it. There she is, McCulloch 650. These were made 78 through 85, and like I said, these are a hopped up version of the 610. They're ported. 60 cc's is what the displacement is. Most of these 650s will come with double dogs like this, and then like I said, they're ported. Most of these saws, but mine is not one of them, come with a decomp valve back here. And I have not for the life of me been able to figure out exactly why this one does not have a decomp valve. But to the best of my knowledge, some of these saws did and some of them did not. So I was questioning whether this was truly a 650 when I first got it, but I've had enough people respond to my prior video on this saw telling me that theirs is also a 650 and does not have a decomp valve. So being McCulloch and knowing a little bit about them, I know that they change things up just on a whim, doing all sorts of different things. So I wouldn't put it past them to have removed the decomp valve. Some people have varying opinions on decomp valves. This particular saw is a high compression saw, but I don't know that it necessarily needs a decomp valve. So maybe that's why they eliminated it. But these saws are awesome. If you've never run one or worked on one, you're missing out. You really are. So my issues today was I couldn't get this thing started. And, I pulled the fuel filter and I looked at the fuel lines and everything was good. Here's your carb box. And some of these covers vary over the years on these 610s and 650s, and it takes forever to get the screw off on these, as you can tell. Filters are pretty much the same throughout. They're these flat filters. But there's your carb box. 2 bolts pop out the carburetor, and the hardest part's trying to get this diaphragm back in for your high-low and idle adjustments. But anyway, I pulled her out, and she was a little bit clogged up. Squirted some carb cleaner through her, both sides, and the metering side, and everything looked good as far as the gaskets went, so I didn't replace those. Like I said, just did a quick clean and quick clean on the filter, put the air filter back on, and she fired right back up. I just choked her. I didn't even have to put anything down her throat. And that's what these McCullochs will do. They may sit for a while, and you may have to just clean them out if it's carb related, but that's typical of any saw. But you put a little fuel in them and they'll fire right up. So anyway, that is the McCulloch 650. Just a brief overview, like I said. Let's go get her in the wood. I'll show you what she can do. thanks for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed that. Just a quick overview of the 650 and a quick run through the wood, show you what you can get in terms of power. If you see one of these 650s or even a 610, really seriously consider picking one of these up. Like I said, they're just a great saw, easy to work on, easy to maintain, very reliable. One of my favorite runners. Appreciate you watching. I'll catch you on the next video.